Yeah, yo, bro. Um, I've been doing some thinking, right? Um, so I just came to the realization that our media as is in South Africa is something that was built off of like the Brits, the British, right? Um, and I think in the long run also we adopted a lot of American culture as well. But I'm talking like in terms of the media space situation. So what I mean is like the way the news is structured, the way radio is structured, the way TV production is structured, right? And the content thereof, and the culture. I mean, we absorb and we learn a lot from Western culture in that way, right? So, like, I was thinking also about like the music aspect, right? So, if, for instance, maybe we had the Beatles, right? What what is the African equivalent of that, right? And do we even have to have an African equivalent of what the Beatles was, the band, right? Because can't you think of it, bro? What are our people known for, bro? Because if you take a look at it, I don't know if I've spoken on this before, but like every group of people, there's um there's a certain thing that they have their thing. There's a thing that they're known for. Do you understand? Then it's like I've seen nowadays. It's like, bro, we as a people, and this is not me like classing races or group of people or races or whatever the case is. But I'm just saying, bro, if we were to be honest about it, bro, what are we being known for as a people, right? I just spoke yesterday on there's this new wave of culture that everybody seems like they're gravitating more towards this culture and space of things where in turn we forget about, or we don't give credence to the things that really matter, the things that really add value to our lives, and the embitterment of humanity in that sense. Even when it comes to academia, whatever the case is, yes, not everybody's going to be academic, but also not everybody's also going to be like entertaining. You know what I mean? And in the same breath, I feel like if there's people who are known, for instance, to be known to be, say, ambassadors, or like they're known for, how they move in business, bro. How's that? People that are known for, their cooking, right? Their food. People who are known for, sports. People who are known for, um, mathematics. I mean, the Asians. What do we know the Asians for? What do we know Indians for? I mean, even here in South Africa, there's a lot of African countries. Uh, you know, People from those other African countries who are here, who are known for moving a certain way in the business space, and their business ethic, and lifestyle choices as well. You know what I'm trying to mean? I mean, I went to a school where predominantly, it was half half, I guess, with colored Indians and black folk, but it was in an Indian suburb. But I mean, the Muslim community around there, they were known for business, right? They are known for business, and it's like I don't even want to make this about race or whatever the case is, but I'm just saying, like, how is it that you know we are modeling um, you know lifestyle and culture that inherently is not of our own, and that is of our own. It's like we are demonizing it, we are seeing it. I just see now another well-known radio host, presenter, businesswoman, a really esteemed woman. I really love her as well, right? So she's embracing a spiritual journey that she's on. She's embracing a calling that came upon her life in that way, right? And she's just one of a few media personalities that have influence, but that embrace and model positivity with the platform that they have, right? So I'm saying, in the same breath, I'm asking, bro, like, as a people, what is it that we are trying to get at, right? What is it that we are standing for as a people? Because imagine if for people to be at a certain place because their people really fought for certain freedoms or a certain sort of status, social status per se, and they're enjoying that. There had to be people who made a decision and said, look, you know what, as a people, this is what we're standing for, right? So if there's a people that are moving well in the business space, they're coming together, pulling resources together, and trying to embetter themselves as a people through those kind of mediums, the business space, the cultural space, even in the religious space, even in education, whatever the case is. How come that other groups of people are not doing the same things? And if the other people are doing their thing, then other people are quick to come and run and say, oh no, these people are taking our opportunities, or these people are coming in our space and practicing their things where they're really infringing on our freedoms, they're really infringing on our liberties, and things like that. But the same people who are crying foul, if you look at the kind of life that they're leading, it's really things that they're really leading, lifestyles that don't seem, to have any purpose of sorts. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I was just here thinking, like, as a people, bro, like, what is it that we are standing for? What is it that you as an individual, as a community, as a society, when you take a look at it, like, what is it that you're really standing for? I mean, I just spoke even on the GTA, the Grand Theft Auto 6. What a commotion and this it's causing, on social media. Bro, there's a lot of things that trend on a daily basis. Don't get me wrong, right? Sometimes I don't even keep up with, all of those other things. But what you are able to keep up with is things that affect you on a daily basis. And you're keeping up with this thing not because of social media, but because it's affecting your day-to-day living. So if it's something is, affecting your day-to-day living, how is it not of concern? How is it of not immediate concern, bro? We worried about the wrong things in life, gents and ladies. Well, my opinion, this is a reflection of, what I'm seeing in the broader society, even in my immediate society and immediate world. So I'm just saying, man, as a people, what is it that we are, standing for as a people, and for those that are standing for the right things, are you influencing other people to do the same thing? Or is there a thing of people aren't really interested?